Hey guys, thanks for jumping on board. Thanks for jumping on board. We're going to go over some selling principles with Facebook, and we're going to go over some selling principles. Actually, we're probably going to jump into Zoom today. How to sell by Zoom and how to sell by the phone. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys being on board with me. And as always, be sure to hit the share button, hit comments. This is going to be, we want to do this live. We want to do this speaking to you, sharing with you. Again, this your first time jumping on board with us. Again, we appreciate it. So we're going to go to, I'm going to put this in the bottom here, to go to howtosellcoaching.com. And today, again, our whole purpose here is to jump into the depths of how to sell online. Now, some of this, what you're going to be looking at, is not going to apply because you're not going to have the script in front of you. But I'm sure you have your own script. That's my hope. That's my desire that you have your own script. Because a lot of what we're going to cover is for those who are students inside of the group. Does that make sense? So you need to be inside of the coach. So I'm going to give it just another minute or two. Let's see everybody that's going to jump on board. And guys, I'm trying to make this as clear as possible without going into full-blown play mode. So we're just going to go here. So here it is. If you're selling, so let's talk about selling by phone, selling by Zoom. Selling face-to-face is always my personal preference. But today, we can connect with 5, 6, 7, 8 people with webinars or Zoom. We can connect with dozens, even hundreds of people, and it just makes it a lot easier. And if you're doing Zoom, you can still read body language. If you're doing with Zoom, you can still use visuals. If you're doing Zoom, for those who will understand what I'm about to share with you, you can look for those unconscious anchors and you can use those. Okay, so let's look at what I'm going to go into this today. This is an outline only. Download the script, and that's if you're inside of the Wealthy Coach program, you have the script. Pay very close attention to areas you're comfortable with and maybe areas you're not comfortable with yet. Does this make sense? So if you have the script, I want you to go through, read it, and we're going to look for neutral language. And this is, again, I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of different scenarios. This is for people that want to sell. There's two different ways. There's the more consultative selling, where you're asking questions, and then there's more of the I would say that the hardcore, high-ticket closing mentality. I'm more of a neutral. And what I mean by that is all of my language to be neutral language. Now, it takes, because of decades of training in other sales patterns and so forth, it does take some time to go in and make sure our language is neutral. That's why I like looking at the script. I like listening to our past phone calls, because I can make sure that there's one area that's not neutral, that we are working on that. Are you with me? Okay, guys. So we're going to, give me 1 second. So we're going to look at this. So this is very important. I want you to bring positive energy to the call. Every Zoom call, you need to have positive energy. Now, positive energy, understand this, does not mean that you come like you're jacked up on, jacked up on steroids or jacked up on speed or something. You come in with energy, but you don't come in with false enthusiasm. Now, there's books out there. There's courses out there to teach you bring this false enthusiasm. I don't agree with it. Enthusiasm over enthusiasm brings up a sense of sales resistance on their part. Now, I do believe in bringing, as Jordan Belfort says, be sharp as a tack. You want to be sharp. You want to be sharp. That means you have answers. You can relate to them, but you really want to bring that positive energy. But you're going to want to match and mirror the prospect as much as possible. Now understand this. I'm in North Carolina. I talk with a little bit of a southern drawl, but I still talk fast. So somebody that jumps on the phone and talks fast with me, I get it. Somebody that jumps in and talks very slow, very kinesthetic, I can't take it. I'm just going to tell you, I can't take it. Lose my mind. So you want to match and mirror the rate they speak, or speak just slightly faster, never slower. You want to speak with a similar volume. Are they talking really low? Are they being really loud? You want to talk in that. And first you want to match, and then through different areas of the call, you will change your tonality. Just grab this. You will change your tonality, and we're going to go into that. If we don't go on today's call, we'll probably go into it next. We may do it today. The tonality leads certain emotions. If I want to bring absolute conviction, conviction needs to be in my tonality. If I want to I'm really curious, then I want to bring that curiosity. Does that make sense? So this is real important. I want you to grab a hold of this. Match and mirror as much as possible. Speak at the rate they speak or slightly faster. Speak with a similar volume and tone, and match through the different areas. And when it is time to lead people from one emotion to another, then we will look at how we change that, how we change the tonality. And we'll get into that again closer to the end of the sale. In the beginning, we want to use neutral language. If it's a cold call, if it's a preset appointment, neutral language. And we're going to come to that more and more throughout the course so they feel comfortable talking to you and sales resistance goes down. Sales resistance is an unconscious action that you can control, and we want to control as much as things. Now, state of mind is important. You are the prize. This is important. This is important. You can be the prize without being a boisterous jerk. I've heard too many people think, well, I'm the prize. They want to come to me. They must come to me. That type it will hurt your sales. It'll hurt your sales, and it puts you in a bad state of mind. So you are the prize. They need what you have, and you can allow them to work with you or not. It's okay to say that. Listen, if you're a fit for our program, we'll cover 2 rules I use. If you're a fit for our program and what we have is going to work for you, then we'll obviously we'll offer it to you, or we'll invite you to come on board with us. But the key is they need what you have, and you can offer it to them or not. Be nice, be confident, but never be the salesperson begging for the offer. Can I say that? Never be the salesperson begging for the offer. We want to be neutral in language, and we want to make sure that they get what we need, but we're not going to beg for it. Okay. Hello. Is this Rome? Good afternoon, Rome. This is Wayne Sutton with the Wealthy Coaching Program. How are you doing today? Very simple. I want you to get this. Hello, is this? We want to make sure we're talking to the right person. And then you want to quickly let them know who you are and why you're calling. Today, even if they scheduled a call with you, they have a set call at 1 o'clock. And you've scheduled it, you've sent confirmation emails. They may still forget. So you want to verify, hey, is this Rome? Good afternoon, Rome. This is Wayne with the Wealthy Coach Program. How are you doing today? Very polite, very not energetic. Hey, this is Wayne with the Wealthy Coach. No, very neutral. Hey, how are you doing today? And 80% of the cases, you will have a pleasant, I'd say, and in another 80%, you have the opportunity to small talk. So good. Here's one formula that I have used. Again, I like to control the small talk. Okay, people say get into small talk, build some rapport. I like to control it. And there's a reason we do it this way, and we'll get into that more when we get into the psychology of sales and psychology of persuasion. But great. So how are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing fantastic. Whatever they say, great. Glad to hear. Hey, listen, I'm calling from Wilmington, North Carolina. And where are you located? A lot of times I'll say, I'm calling from Wilmington, North Carolina. If I'm on a Zoom call, I'm saying, where are you at? Where are you located? If I'm doing a phone call, I'm calling from Wilmington, North Carolina in 828 area code. Are you in the mountains of North Carolina? Are you in, I'll give a question. A 661, are you located in, and then I just simply ask a question. What that does is they will get them talking. Hey, I'm in San Diego. Oh, great, San Diego, awesome. Listen, I used to be, and then if I have the opportunity, and I'll say, oh, that's awesome. I used to go to Camp Pendleton 2 or 3 times a year. I haven't been in about 15 years, but I used to go 2 or 3 times a year, and then, and I would have a talk about that. So do you know someone from that area? Is there local positive events in that area? Now, there's a lot of chaos right now going on in Portland, Oregon. I was on the phone with yesterday with someone. He said, I'm in Portland. I didn't bring up, oh, my goodness, what you're going through right now. No, I want it to be positive events. So asking them where they're from is simple. And here's the psychology of controlling the question is it's a simple answer. It doesn't require a lot of explanation. They can say, I'm from Vermont, I'm from Indiana, I'm from North Carolina, I'm from Canada. The point here is to get them talking. People are most comfortable, hear me now, people are most comfortable with their own voice. So if they start talking, it helps lower their resistance. And this is important, the number one voice someone likes to hear is their own voice. Are you with me? Awesome. Okay. Phoenix, cool. How long have you lived there? What took you to Phoenix? How long have you lived there? Oh, I've been here the last 12 years. Oh, wow, cool. What took you to Phoenix? I'm curious what took you to Phoenix. Understand, I'm going through this in detail, but it takes just a few minutes. And when you do this, it gets them talking. If they're very quick, they're at work. I got married. I got a divorce, whatever. And they are not interested in opening up dialogue. That's okay. Hear me on this. That's okay. Awesome. Great. Then you move on to the next phase. But a lot of times they'll open up. Oh, I've been here 12 years. Oh, wow. What took you to Phoenix? I'm curious. What took you to Phoenix? This, again, gets them to talk, gets them to share. If they are already kind of joking and jovial with me and they're laughing, I can feel that good rapport. I'm curious. Phoenix. Was it love or money? It's always the two things. Was it love that took you there or money that took you there? And then a lot of times, if they're in a open dialogue mode and very responsive, that usually brings more conversation up. So Phoenix, how long have you lived there? Cool. What took you to Phoenix? Well, John, it's been great. And so then we want to go into our transitions. Hey, listen, John, it's been great chatting with you for the last few minutes. If it's okay with you, I'd like to jump into the call. I'd like to jump into our Zoom session. I'd like to jump into, I never say the presentation. You don't want to say, I want to jump into the presentation, because presentation means you're presenting something, means you're selling something. John, it's been great chatting with you for the last few minutes. If it's okay with you, I'd like to jump into the call. Is that okay with you? So you're setting the tone that the small talk was enjoyable, but we're transitioning into something else. And you're also getting permission there. And when they say, okay, yes, that's okay. Now it's more permission based, and you can move into more of the compliance. And we're going to talk about compliance a lot in this course. Okay. Well, John, the intent for a call is this. I'm the founder and creator of the Wealthy Coach Program. John, the intent for this call is, I'm a business strategist with the name of the company again. I'm a success strategist with the name of the company again. Again, we want to be real clear on this. We're going to mention the company several times up front, then we're going to leave it alone. We don't want to bring resistance. We just want to let them know who we are. Make sense? So I'm Tim Burke, I'm the founder and creator of the Wealthy Coach Program. And on this call, I want to make sure that what we have to offer is for you and that you're a good fit for us. With your permission, so again, we're clarifying here, this call is about an opportunity. We don't want to be bold and mean and strong in this. It's casual conversation. So John, the intent for a call is, I'm the founder and creator of the Wealthy Coach Program. And on this call, I'm going to make sure that what we have to offer you is going to work for you and that you're a good fit for us. With your permission, I will ask you some questions about yourself, your business, your goals, and ultimately what you're searching for. Sound fair? The sound fair is very important. Sound fair? Is that okay? Good? I like sound fair. Fair is a word that is very vague, but fair is a word that people can grab a hold of. Yes, people want to be treated fairly in all areas of life. Sound fair? And when they say yes, again, we've asked for permission again to share. We've asked for permissions to ask questions about their life, their business, their goals. We're asking questions again, so we're leading them. We're leading them into a compliance again. And I'm going to go through all of this quickly here in a few minutes. I'm going to set the tone. So I'm curious, and this is discovery. This is discovery. If you have authority, this is power. If this is not, then skip it. But here's what I like to do. John, I'm curious, how did you discover, and I use the word I'm curious a lot, guys. Find your own word. For me, it's just a natural, he's asking just because he's curious. It's a resistance, it's a softener, a resistance softener. John, I'm curious, how did you discover our program? There's a difference in discover and find out. How did you find out about our program? How did you learn about us? First of all, learning denotes work, Finding out's okay, but discover. People discover hidden treasures. People discover a lifelong romance. So how did you discover a program? And before you give them an answer, you got to slight pause there. Was it a podcast interview, a public speaking event, a referral? If you've done any podcast interviews, or maybe you're selling coaching for somebody else, if you've done any public speaking. Now I do public speaking, I do podcast interviews, I have a podcast, so I can say, how did you discover our program? Was it a podcast interview, a public speaking event, maybe a referral? See, I'm presupposing that they heard us on one of these platforms. If you have them, this unconsciously shows authority. So I'm not saying, hey, listen, we have been interviewed on over 50 podcasts. I do public speaking events all over the world, and I have a great customer base that refers me. We don't want that. We want, how did they discover us? Was it a podcast interview, a public speaking event, referral? And many times they'll say, oh, I just saw it on Facebook. Oh, just a Facebook ad. Sometimes, though, they will say, oh, I heard you on the podcast when I heard you on Thorpe Creative. Great. Awesome. Yeah, Billy over there is really great. If you don't know Billy Thorpe, check him out, Thorpe Creative. Wayne, I heard you speak in Texas. Okay. Oh, I heard you speak in Georgia. Okay, great. Or it's a referral. If it's a referral, great. I want to know, why did they refer me? If they listen to a podcast, what did I cover on that podcast? So, but again, even if they did not, just by asking it in this state of mind gives them the assumption that they've heard from me. Are you with me? Okay, guys, I want you to grab a hold of this. This is going to be really, really, really important. So we want to jump into how they heard about us, okay? And then we want to jump into why that is normal, why people hear about us normally. That's going to be very important. And then we want to just do it from a place of curiosity. I'm curious. And again, maybe they just answered an ad. Now, once we have got through this stage of discovery, we want to go into why. This is really important. There's 1,000 different ways. I'm pretty blunt in this, but I still do it with very neutral tone and tonality. Why did you reach out, John? Why did you reach out to speak to us today? Why did you take time out of your day? And you see that little pause. Why did you reach out to us today? Why did you take time out of your day? Because unconsciously, they took time out of their day. That means this obviously has value. I know the right question is, John, why coaching? Why weight loss coaching? Why fitness coaching? Why success coaching? Whatever your coaching is. Why coaching and why now? Discover their motivation. Now, the first answer will usually be superficial, but we'll dig deeper to discover true motivation and discover true internal desires. But the key is, if you can grab a hold of that first, discover their motivation, the first answer will be superficial, go deeper. Sometimes they'll tell you up front, the reason I need to lose weight is this. Here's why that's important. Again, we're getting them to talk. We're getting them to sell themselves. We're getting them to give us their motivation. And sometimes they'll pour it out. Sometimes they give just a little. But we're asking, now why? Now, I go into the Dan Sullivan question, not every time. Again, it depends on the person. If I feel like I'm getting some good conversation, and by now you should have good conversation. You've asked for permission. You've asked them where they're from, how did they get there, how long have they been in the business, etc. And so then we want to move into the Dan Sullivan question if you feel the conversation is going good. If we were having this discussion 3 years from today, and you were looking back over those 3 years, what has to have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? Now, if you're watching this live, screenshot it, guys. Screenshot this. If you haven't picked up Dan Sullivan's book, pick it up. It's called The Dan Sullivan Question. John, if we were having this discussion 3 years from today, now you can change that to maybe 6 months, a year, whatever your program is. But if we were having this discussion 3 years from today and you were looking back over those 3 years, what has to have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? Okay, very important question. Let's look at it. The word if is a softener and allows the prospect to imagine. And 3 years ahead places the client far enough into the future to believe results are possible. It also presupposes And again, so we've got a softener, we've got a future pace, and a strong presupposition that we're working together over a certain time period. So if we were having this discussion, let's say 3 years from now, and a lot of times you'll hear me use that language. I don't just say if we were having this discussion 3 years from today, like I'm reading the script. John, if we were having this discussion, say 2 years, 3 years from now, make it again sound natural. What has had to happen? Everything we do for you to feel happy with your progress. So we asked a question here, okay, for you to feel happy with your progress. Everything we do, everything you do as a human, everything that everyone does has a true internal motivation of happiness. We love others, so we feel loved, so we feel happy. We eat and drink and laugh and dance, get stressed and depressed. Think about this. We even get stressed and depressed so we can bring polarity. How would you know you're happy if you've never been sad? So on an unconscious level, people want to move towards happiness. This is very important. So if we were having this discussion, John, say 2 or 3 years from now, and you were looking back over that 3-year period, what has to maybe have happened in your life, personally, maybe even professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? You can see I added a little ahs and ums and made it sound natural. Very powerful question, especially once in rapport. Again, you can tweak it. If you have a 6-month program, you want to say, what would happen if we were talking, let's say 6 months from now, and we were looking back over that 6-month period? What has to have happened in your life? And I do like the personal and professional. I like both of those. For you to feel happy with your progress. Because most times, if you help somebody with their professional life, it's going to affect them personally. If you help them with their personal life, it's going to help them in their professional. So, all right, let's take notes, guys. I'm only going to go a few more minutes today on this call. If you have comments, please post them in the comments. I'm excited. If you look below, you can go to howtosellcoaching.com, howtosellcoaching.com, and just fill out the form, discover more about us. Maybe you're watching this and you're not a coach yet, then jump over to lifecoachlifestyle.com and grab our book. All right. So far you've learned so far you've built rapport. So we're on the phone. This is who I am. This is who I'm with. Where are you located? Great. What took you to Phoenix? Or how long have you been in the IT business? Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. How did you get involved in that career? And that's more we teach inside the course. So we got them talking. We got them, and we're asking them why coach and why now. Even if it's just surface level, we are grabbing a hold of this. You've also future-paced working with them and painted in their mind a happy experience. So we've done this in the first 2 or 3 minutes of a phone call. We've established our authority. How did you discover us? We built some at least beginning levels of rapport. We future-paced them working with us and being happy. Now we're going to dig deeper into frustrations. And we're going to take notes as they speak. Well, their words will be crucial. So let me jump back up here. I'm going to go through this a little quick, and we'll jump right back down to where we're at, okay? This is going to be extremely important for you guys, okay? Bring energy, match, and mirror. Speak as they speak. You are the prize, but don't be arrogant about it. Confident, but not arrogant. Hello, is this Joan? Hey, Joan. Good afternoon. This is Wayne with the Wealthy Coach Program. How are you doing today? Great, great. Listen, I'm calling from Wilmington, North Carolina, and sometimes I'll add a little comment in there, about it being beautiful, hot, whatever it is. And so, and where are you located? Oh, Phoenix. Awesome, awesome. I stopped one time. I was driving into California. I actually stopped inside of Phoenix. So, oh, wow, that was years ago. How long have you lived in Phoenix? Oh, 17 years. Oh, wow. I'm curious, what took you there? Oh, wow. A divorce. Well, I've been there, done that. I understand. So, and sometimes we just need a new start in life. I totally get it. Well, listen, John, it's been, and guys, understand I'm going through this quick. John, it's been great chatting with you for the last few minutes. If it's okay, I'd like to jump into our call. Is that okay with you? Okay, great, great. Well, here's the intent for the call. I'm the founder and creator of the Wealthy Coach Program, the Wealthy Coach System. And on this call, we're going to make sure that our program is a great fit for you and you're a good fit for us. With your permission, I'll ask you some questions about yourself, some about your business, your goals, and ultimately what help you're looking for. That sound fair? You can hear, guys, I'm kind of ad-libbing this, just bring my own personality. Yeah, that sounds fair. Great, great. John, I'm curious, how did you discover our program? Was it a podcast interview, a public speaking event? Did somebody refer you to us? You read one of our blog posts. Okay, good, good. That's awesome. Do you remember where it was at, John? Okay, it's on Medium. Okay, good, good, awesome. Well, I appreciate you reaching out to us. I really do, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we can possibly work together. But when it comes to what reaching out, what was it? Was it something in the article, or what was it in This is where I'm gonna ad lib a little bit here, guys. And I usually say what caught your attention, or what attracted your attention, what made you curious. What made you curious, or what caught your attention and caused you to reach out to speak with us today? Why did you take time out of your day, John? And she's going to go into that. If it answers the next question, great. If not, I want to find a little more about what you do, and I know I need some help with my business. Okay, great, great. Can I ask you why coaching and why now? Or in this case, because it's the Wealthy Coach, why do you want to build your coaching business, and why now? And then I'm going to listen. And I'm going to match and mirror some of their words. Again, we're going to teach all of this inside the course. Okay, great. Well, if we were having this discussion, John, 3 years from today, and you're looking back over those 3 years, what has to have happened in your life, personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? And then we're simply going to listen. What she's going to do is give us, again, probably some surface level, and maybe I need to quit my job, I need to be at $20,000 a month, I got more time with my children, more time with my grandchildren, whatever her answer is. Okay? And we're going to write those down. We're going to write those down. Great, great. And there's other questions inside the course we'll get into, some probing questions and some problem awareness questions. We're going to really jump into this now. John, earlier you said you were reaching out today because you need to build your coaching business to $20,000 a month, because it would give you more time with your children if you didn't have to have another job on the side. So you could actually go full-time coaching. Would you mind telling me a little more about that? Earlier, John, you said you're reaching out today because you were tired of being a part-time coach. You wanted to go full-time. Would you mind telling me a little about that? And then listen, and this is really important. As you listen, you're going to bring up a lot of people are going to share with you their thoughts, their ideas, and then I want to go a little deeper. What do you mean? Okay, great, great. So you better spend more time with your grandchildren. What do you mean about that? So you would have more free time. What do you mean about free time? Okay, and then they can go into their reason why they want free time. Sometimes we think everybody wants the same amount of time for the same reason. They don't. Can you elaborate on that? See, this tonality is really slower and almost curiosity-based. Oh, wow. Do you mind elaborating on that? Can you elaborate on that? What it does is give you the opportunity for them to simply share more from their heart and get them talking. The more they talk, the more they'll convince themselves they need this. The more they talk, the more they'll convince themselves that you're the person they want to work with, if you are. And also by being slower in your tonality and just dropping your voice a little bit and being more curiosity-based, you're going to lower sales resistance and get the person to talk more. Now, this is real important. Some people will instantly jump into goals. They'll instantly jump into future-based answers, while some will begin with pain-based. Like some people say, I want to be able to go and travel and spend more time with my grandkids, and I want to be able to finally buy that car of my dream, a home of my dream. And some will go, I want to get away from that dead-end job. I hate my boss. I've never been able to fully succeed in business. I'm ready to do something to prove to my family I can do it. They keep saying I can't do it. So again, where they look, notice, take note of this. Are they learning and are they leaning towards future or getting away from? And then mirror their statements. What I mean by mirroring the statements is learning, just simply repeating, sometimes just the last 2 or 3 questions or 2 or 3 words they use in a sentence. I want to be able to spend more time with my grandchildren. Then I would say, okay, yeah, spend more time with your grandchildren. And then I pause, and sometimes they'll go, yeah, because they hear, like, oh wow, he hears me. And sometimes just by mirroring the last 2 or 3 words and then pausing, they'll continue to talk. So yeah, okay, spend more time with your grandchildren. They go, yeah, absolutely. I mean, my grandchildren, I'm in this city and they're in this city. I want to be able to spend more time with them. I have, 3 grandchildren. Oh, wow, 3 grandchildren. And as long as they continue talking, let them talk. Because what it does, and note everything they say. Well, Wayne, I've been a yoga teacher and coach for the last 7 years, but I just can't seem to go full time financially. Me, I'm going to nod my head slightly if this is a Zoom call. Even if it's not Zoom, I'm going to nod anyway because I believe you can hear our body language. Nod head slightly. Yeah, go full time financially. Yes, it seems like I make a great part-time income, but I have kids going into college and I need, and then we continue moving forward. Speak a little softer with empathy. Okay. Now, this is where we're going to start digging a little deeper. And I'm going to go through the digging deeper today. Wasn't going to, but we're going to go through digging deeper. And then we're going to jump into our next session. Okay. So dig deeper. Okay. John, I understand that you want to earn more money and finally get full time. Why do you think that you haven't been able to accomplish that? Why? This is very important. Why do you think that you haven't been able to accomplish that? And then and this is when you are quiet and you're silent and you listen. They're going to tell you why they haven't been able to accomplish it. Okay, great. What have you tried in the past? So we've got a why and a what and a how. I'm going to write those words down. Why do you think that you haven't been able to go full time? You've been a yoga teacher 7 years. Why do you think you haven't been able to accomplish your goal? What have you tried in the past? Well, I tried networking events. We tried doing workshops. We tried and give you all of the answers. Okay, anything else? It's very important. I don't have any notes here, but anything else? Or what else? What else have you tried? Because you want them to really just admit to their own self they've tried everything they know. They've tried everything they know, and they're not getting where they need to be. Okay, got you. John, how do you feel about the past attempts? And this isn't just to make them feel bad. It actually can be very empowering. How do you feel? Sometimes they will say, well, I feel like I failed. I've not been able to do it. Some will say, well, I feel pretty good. I mean, I did learn a lot, and I was able to meet some great people, and I've been able to at least provide a part-time income. Now, and so, side note here, I worked with a coach that did this for about 8 years, 7, 8 years part-time, and they were able to pay off all their debt. They were able to pay a huge down payment on a home, and there was a lot of things they could do before they went full-time. So it's not always bad, but you want to ask them. So you want to know what they've done, why they did it, and how do they feel about it. This is real important. And is it, and forgive my misspell there, is it truly important to you? Is it truly important to you to figure out and get this working? Is it truly important to you to figure out how to go full time and get this working in your business and in your personal life? Is this truly important? Because if it's not truly important, guys, you have no reason to be on the phone with them. Is this truly important to you? It is really important. I mean, my daughters are growing up, they're getting older. My granddaughters are growing up, they're getting older, whatever it may be. Great. How important? Now, how important is a word that you ask with a little more, you're still asking with empathy, but you're taking a little more, your tonality is going to shift just a little. How important? And then there's that silence. They have to answer you. How important is it? How important is it that they do this? How important? And then we're going to jump into 3 levels deep. 3 levels deep. And I'm going to teach 3 levels deep today, and then we're going to end this call, and I want you all to jump over to Call with Wayne and schedule a call with me. So 3 levels deep. John, earlier you said that spending more time with your grandchildren was important to you. What about that? Or maybe earlier you said that going full time was important to you. Being able to quit your job was important to you. What about quitting your job is important? And so what you want to do is mirror, and when they tell you, well, it'll give me, I can finally walk away from the corporate grind. Oh yeah, the corporate grind. Mirror the last few words that are responses, pause, and give them time to continue. This isn't a, how do I answer right back? No, definitely the more they talk, the more you listen. Active listening. Earlier you said, John, that being able to leave the corporate grind or being able to go full-time was important to you. Why is that important? Or what about, you can do either one there, why. What about going full-time is important? And you listen. And whatever answer they give you. The corporate grind. I'm always there. I'm never good enough. It's sales meetings. It's this. It's the having to clock in and clock out. It's not having enough vacation time when I need it. I'm smarter than my boss, man. So whatever they listen, they go into that corporate grind. So listen to them, talk about it. We'll get into more consultative questions inside, more problem-based, problem awareness questions inside of the course. But earlier, so then we're going to go one level deep. So the first level deep was, this. Then we're going to go another level deep. John, earlier you said, or a while ago you said, leaving the corporate grind was important to you. What about leaving that is important? What about that is important? And we're going to follow the same system, guys, whatever they tell us. We're going to mirror the last few words of their response. We're going to pause and give them time. What else? A great question. What else? What else is important to you about that? Can you share a little more about that? Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Okay. Then what we're going to do is go one more level deep. So right here was the first level was leaving the corporate grind. The second level was, what did they say? Why was that important? Because they don't have to, again, we're still in pain here. You hear they're trying to get away from the corporate grind, trying to get away from that. But maybe here they give us a little more. Hey, you know what? My granddaughter is 7 and I just don't get to see her enough. If I didn't have that corporate job, I could actually move to Philadelphia and spend time with her. Wow. Come on, guys. We'll go one more level. A while ago, John, you mentioned that spending time with your granddaughter as she grows up, being able to move to Philadelphia to do that. What about spending time with your granddaughter is important? Ultimately, why is that so important? Why is that important to you? If you ask this with empathy, if you ask this with the right tonality, guys, they're going to tell you. And this is where it gets really, really powerful. Because it's in this, understand this, that their emotions are pulling out. And they're pouring out their emotions why they must make a change. And they're attaching those emotions of change to you and your program on an unconscious level if you do it properly. Well, my dad wasn't there for me. Well, my grandfather wasn't there for me. They worked all the time. They couldn't be there for me. And I want to be there for my daughter. I want to be there for my granddaughter. I want to be there for whatever reason they have. They could even say, hey, I'm getting older. I'm finding some things in my life harder to do. I want to be able to spend some quality time with them. Now, see, we're talking about selling them coaching here, but they're talking about their granddaughter. So what's truly important is being able to get out of that corporate grind, being able to move and live where you want to live, and spending time with your granddaughter, spending time with your family. Yes? Do you see what we did there? We took the main, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 5, usually about 3 to 4 key points. So, John, what I'm hearing is what's truly important to you is being able to discover a way to leave that corporate grind, to walk away from people that you're basically making rich, and to be able to have the freedom to even move where your granddaughter is, spend time with her. Is that important? Is that it? Yes. Is that correct? Yes. And what you're asking for there at simple yes, you're looking for them to say, yes, that's it. And sometimes there you need to be silent too. Give them another minute to really hone that in. Really feel that. Get that emotion level high. And then the next question is the magic. Would you like help with that? Would you like, not our program, our 17-step program will do this and this and this. You're not jumping into a presentation yet. You're not giving them how many calls they're going to be on or how many Zoom calls. Would you like help with that? It's real simple. Would you like help with that? And then you're looking for the yes. You're looking for the yes. Now, I don't think I would jump into the pretend here, but this pretend here, this pretend statement is very powerful. It can work because, John, I want you to imagine with me for a moment. Just pretend if we had a magic wand and we could just wave the magic wand and everything you just said, everything that truly matters would instantly be resolved. Would you want that? Now, this is a good question. If on this question, would you like help with that? You go, I don't know. I think it sounds good, but I don't know that I can leave my job. I don't know how that would work. I've tried other programs in the past, and they start automatically going into, oh no, this isn't going to work. Oh no, don't try to sell me. Then we won't take them back into the mind of imagination. John, I want you to imagine with me for a moment, okay? Everybody can imagine. Just pretend. And I use those words, pretend, and I use that word imagine. Okay, just imagine with me, just pretend. If we had a magic wand, we could just wave and everything you just said, everything that truly matters would instantly be resolved. Would you want that? Well, sure, Wayne, of course I would. Okay. Well, I know, John, a person, you're saying a person, not them. John, you can get really excited. No, a person can. A person can get really excited about what I'm going to reveal to you in just a minute. Now, there's a couple of language patterns in here we need. A person can means you can, but I'm not saying you can because who am I to tell them? A person can get really excited about what I'm going to reveal, not show, reveal, in just a moment, which means that's an open loop. I'm going to reveal that in just a moment. It means there's something we haven't revealed yet. The mind hates open loops. They want to close it. I'm going to reveal in just a moment. Why? Well, I can definitely help you. Our program can help. You can definitely reach. But I think that's even better as I'm looking at my language here. Again, we always want to, even our own scripts, we're looking at how do we make it more neutral? How do we lower the self-resistance? John, a person could find themselves really excited about what I'm revealing in just a moment because you can definitely reach your goals and dreams just like you shared. And here's how us working together looks. Now, this is kind of premature. I'm jumping right into a program of us working together. Now, obviously, we're going to, inside the Wealthy Coach, we're going to look at your program, your problem awareness questions, your bridge, connectivity bridge statements, etc. But right now, I just want to go through and give you the big outline. Here's how us working together looks. How your voice is leading emotions, slowly increase tonality and enthusiasm. Okay? So, John, a person can get really excited about what I'm going to reveal to you in just a moment. You can definitely reach your goals and dreams just like you shared. So, let me share with you how working together looks. And I'm getting a little more emotional, a little more happy, but still not sales resistance happy. Okay? And this is the first time in the conversation. After this statement, this is the first time that you share with them about your coaching or your consultant. Never in any of these other areas should you go, oh, we have a program for that. Oh, let me tell you about Joan. Let me tell you about Susan and what she did. Never until you're at this point. And then you're going to start talking to them about your program. This is where you will explain the benefits of your program, not the logistics. We have 43 videos, 2 workbooks, and none of that matters. People here are looking for the pain that you just elicited, the pain that you just brought up to be solved. And they want their dreams and goals to manifest. Are you with me? They want their dreams and goals to manifest. So feature, let me give you this. I'm going to talk to you about feature, benefit, and benefit of the benefit. And we're going to probably close out the call today. Guys, I see your comments. I promise I'll get back to every one of you. Thanks for jumping on board again. Be sure to go to Call with Wayne below and go to howtosellcoaching.com. Okay, so here's the benefit. You have unlimited support for 3 months with Wayne, or 3 months with me through our Slack channel. Now, if you're going to tell them a Slack channel, make sure they know what a Slack channel is. I'll always tell them it's a little app you can put on your phone, and we'll be able to communicate quickly without phone calls and voicemails and all that. But anyway, you have unlimited support for 3 months through Slack, Voxer, whatever your preference is, WhatsApp. Now, we want to benefit. This is basic selling here. You don't give a feature, you give a benefit. This ensures you will move past any roadblocks as fast as possible. So having support to me means nothing unless there's a benefit. But this ensures you'll move past any roadblocks as fast as possible. And then let's give them a benefit of the benefit. This is something a lot of people don't go. They start with the benefit. But what is the benefit of the benefit? No, they can go through a roadblock, big deal. What's the benefit of that? That help you accelerate your income and scale even faster. So John, you're going to have unlimited support with me for 3 months through our app, through a Slack app. This ensures that you'll move past any of those roadblocks that you talked about in the past as quick as possible, helping you accelerate your income, scale your business so you can truly go full time. So here's your homework for this section. This is your homework. If you're watching this and you're part of the Wealthy Coach, I expect it to be done by our next call. If you're not a member yet, then do it anyway and then join us. But what are the 5 to 10 features of your program? What is the main benefit behind each feature? And then what is the benefit of each benefit? 5 to 10 features of your program, the benefit behind each feature, and then the benefit of each benefit. If you want to take a screenshot real quick, take a picture of this. This will explain to you how you have unlimited support, that what it ensures, and then the benefit of the benefit. Okay, guys, awesome. So this is your homework, to do this, to get 5, 10 if you could. 5 to 10 features. And again, we don't want to give a long pitch. We really want to be more consultative. But sometimes when somebody has something, Joan could say, Wayne, I worked with a coach in the past, but I could not get in touch with them until our call, which was every other week. And sometimes by then I'd already made a mistake. I'd already made a judgment call, and sometimes it wasn't right. Well, I understand, Joan. One of the benefits of the Wealthy Coach program is you'll have unlimited support for 3 months directly with me and the other coaches through our Slack channel. This ensures you'll be able to move past any roadblocks, never get stuck, and help you accelerate your income and scale even faster. And what could another feature be? Another feature could be when somebody mentions another objection or there's something that's important to them. You'll have the benefit and the benefit of the benefit. Okay. All right. Now, next week we're going to get into objections and how to actually close. Okay. So today, however, for today, I really want you to focus on this. 5 to 10 features, the benefit behind each feature, and then the benefit of each benefit. If you are one of our students, I want you to do this, and I want you to submit it to me personally. I want to look over each and every one of these, and we're going to help you tweak them. We're going to make sure that we use natural, neutral, persuasive language in the benefit and the benefit of the benefit. So come up with your feature. What is a feature of yours? And then the benefit of that, and then the benefit of the benefit. So that's where I want you to be this week. I also want you all to look at the 3 levels deep. Go back and watch this again. So we want to make sure that we dig deep. Earlier said, this is important. Find their keyword, mirror their responses, what's important about that, and then finally 1 level deep. You can go deeper in 3 levels, but usually about 3 levels deep, you've got below their surface levels, and you're really speaking to them on something that is important to them. So, guys, there's so much more I want to share with you. Again, this is an outline only. We're going to work on your personal script. If you are a student, then we're going to look at your script. You'll download the script, you'll change it, you'll tweak it, you'll add neutral language, you'll add your program in it, and then we're going to modify it to make sure you are working effectively and closing more sales. Another thing that we're going to do is listen to some of your sales calls. So be sure to record them. In the course, obviously, there's all the instructions. Get the sales call to me or my team. We're going to listen to them, and we're going to give you the power to increase those sales. That's what it's all about, guys. Making sales, changing lives. So I want to say again, thank you all for jumping on board with us. If this is your first time, you're a coach, consultant, business owner, public speaker, whatever it may be, course creator, go to howtosellcoaching.com, and you're going to discover everything that we have in this system. And Wayne, what do you cover? I've had somebody the other day say, Wayne, what do you really cover outside of the sales script? So let me take you through it really, really quick. As you can see, and this is, I want you to grab a hold of this, but this is going to be real important. We go through creating wealth and changing lives. We go through mindset. We go through skill set. We go through effort, niches, how to discover your avatar, unpacking your IP, how to price your program, how to reverse engineer your goals. We're going to go through certification, how you can become certified with us, your signature system, on and on and on, naming your program, and your goals, how to achieve your goals, why achievement is natural if you do it the right way, business models, and so much more. So what I want you to do is go to howtosellcoaching.com, and I'm going through, we have literally hundreds upon hundreds and upon hundreds of slides here. So I'm not going to go through them all. How to outreach, how to find clients, and how to become wealthy in the process. So here's what I want you to do. Get in touch with me. I look forward to speaking with you. Thanks for being on today's call. Thank you for all your comments, and be sure to do your homework, get it turned in, and next week we're going to go over upcoming objections. Thanks, guys.